Hello, welcome to class 5 of the Archicad 23 online course. In this class, we'll see how the AGA template works with layer settings, pen sets, model view options, and other definitions. Just before we start presenting our template, I'm going to show you a very useful command used in many tools. It's the magic wand. For example, here on Document, I can choose the line tool, rectangular method. I will draw these 2D lines in floor plan. And so I can use it as a reference to model constructive elements. I will select slab tool, so go into design, selecting slab tool, and then I place the mouse inside this form and pressing space bar, the magic wand appears. You can see the blue outlines, so doing a click, a slab is done inside space. I make another slab here, so pressing space bar, I do a click, and then pressing ESC, I come back to selection arrow, and so I can select these slabs, pressing shift. It's not easy to see it because they are white. Selecting them and go into floor plan and section. In cover fields, I have the cover field type, which I will keep foreground, and the pens for it. So I'll put a light gray. And now you can see clearly the created slabs. In 3D, pressing F3, we can see the slabs. And I will decrease the thickness a little bit. So go into settings dialog. Here is 30 centimeters. I put 10 centimeters. With wall tool, it's also possible to use magic wand. Select to wall and pressing space bar, you can see the blue lines preview. Do the click and the wall is done. And I can check these walls in 3D. I will erase this slab and lines. I can use it with the roof tool as well. So clicking here on roof tool, using the multi-plane geometry icon here, I place the mouse space bar, click, and the roof is done. Checking on 3D, but as I didn't adjust the roof settings, I can see on 3D that the level is wrong. So selecting it here on 3D, press Ctrl D to drag. I click in this point, holding Shift to keep Z axis, and I'll click here to replace this object. Of course, the scale is not ideal. It's just an example of how you can use it. So then it was just a small lesson to show how the magic wand can help you to execute a faster modeling. I will erase the elements. And now let's talk about extensions, the type files to be used on Archicad. So being here on floor plan, click File, Save As, and here you can see the type files that you can save. First, this file we are using is a TPL, a template file used as a base to start a project. To create your own template, you can simply redefine the settings that you want and save as a TPL file. We have the PLN file, that is the main extension used on Archicad. But you need to know that PLN is a file that searches objects in specific folders. So changing the position of these folders or the file position, the library objects can be missing. Because of this configuration, where library objects are read from external folders, PLN files are the lighter files to work. We also have the PLA files. So PLA that saves the objects used in the project inside the file. PLA files are bigger, but they are useful to guarantee that no object will be missing in a presentation in another computer or for incompatibilities with different versions of Archicad. For example, if you are doing this course using your local version, different from international version, where I created my files, you must open my PLA files during the course. And then we have another common files, such as PDF, BMP is the backup file, image extensions like JPEG, PNG, TIFF, DWG to export to AutoCAD. IFC files are used as beam communication, the structural design, electrical, hydraulics, and others, and also to communicate with other BIM programs like Revit. So I had these options because I was in floor plan. If I go to 3D window and click in File, Save As, we can see other file types. I could save a SketchUp file, Google Earth, Rhino, Twinmotion, 3D Studio, and others. Therefore, these are the basic extensions used on Archicad. Now, let's learn about backup. Go to Options, Work Environment, Data Safety and Integrity. Archicad comes with this ultra safe option marked, saving each step of your project. You could also choose to save every 5 minutes or every 20 minutes. I like to maintain the ultra safe option because using it, I don't need to mark up the option of make backup copy. Marking here a BMP file would be saved on my computer, but I think this is unnecessary since I am using the ultra safe mode and it guarantees that my project will be saved in the last step I did in case of blackout or some kind of bug that closes the program unexpectedly. And here you can choose the undo limit, defining how many steps you can go back, and of course it influences in the temporary memory. I'll keep 20. Okay. Now, speaking more specifically about the AGA template, we have layer settings. Press Ctrl L to enter on layer settings. Here in my template, I developed a method where prefix arc1 is for worksheets, arc2 formats and layout sheets, arc3 are the layers for terrain, arc4 the layers for constructive elements, arc5 is destined to 2D elements such as textures, dimensions, and symbols. In arc6, the ceiling elements, and some teamwork layers to be used in this situation. At the left, we have layer combinations. On Archicad, we have these combinations to adjust which element will be displayed on each view. So in floor plan, for instance, we have the furniture elements, the layer furniture. So here in floor plan, the furniture is open, but the layer combination for sections doesn't have the furniture. So it's closed because it's not desirable to see a cut table or chair. So using these layer combinations, we can set different drawings and views from the same 3D model. Here on structure, you can see that only two layers are turned on: structure and stairs and ramps. On layer combinations, down here, you can create a new set, update or delete. And for layers, you also can create new ones, delete or rename clicking and typing inside here. Okay. Speaking now about pen sets, click in Document, Pen Sets. You can see that the active set is Preliminary Design. Click Pens and Color. So here we have these 4 sets created by me. And I just use pens from 101 to 140. In the approval project, I use only black and white pens. And for preliminary design and basic and executive project, I use some colors in my drawings. The conceptual CAD is just to have a faster view of how would be my DWG files to be exported to AutoCAD. So I keep preliminary design. Okay. Going to the next, we also have model view options. Clicking on Document, Model View options. Inside here, we also have definitions about the phases of the project. So there are representation options for column, beam, slab, with or without symbol, contour and axis, and other options. And for door, window, skylight, and openings in general, we can set different views to save drawings for ceiling plan, flooring plan. So here you can see the ceiling plan with these configurations hiding the doors and windows on floor plan. Flooring plan with some definitions as well. And so we can make the different configurations for each type of drawing in our project. There are other tabs, curtain wall options, where we can choose the detailing level of these elements, stair options, rating options, detail level of stair and railing symbols, detail level of door, window, and skylight. And last, settings about lighting, accessories in 3D, door opening line on floor plan, and other options. We can also create new sets or delete. Okay, now we are arriving at the end of section 1 in this course. In section 2, we're gonna start the house project indeed. I hope you are excited about it. Until next time, bye-bye.